The thing I notice that tends to lead to burnout right before you get burnt out is frustration. You can be doing the thing you love, which in my case is studying languages, and get frustrated anyhow, just because maybe the method you're using isn't working, or maybe you're overstudying and not giving yourself a break. Even though you find it fun, you still need to take breaks from things you find fun too sometimes. So, I just wanted to talk about my frustrations with learning Korean to show you that I don't just learn languages and speak them and everything's all like, woo, perfect and stuff like that. I did want to show you that I do get frustrated and at times demotivated with learning languages. I did make a video on motivation, and I have tried those things to help me get motivated as well. But I thought that I would come to you guys who are also language learners and interested in the Korean language, at least if you're watching this, and thought maybe you guys could give me some advice as well, because we're all in this together. So the Korean language is different from any other language I've tried learning, with the exception of Japanese. Japanese actually helped me understand Korean a little bit quicker than I would have understood it if I didn't know Japanese, because their sentence structure is similar. You have the subject, the object, and then the verb, which is different from English, Spanish, and the other Romance languages as well. So I had that down. I had the use of particles down because that's something else that doesn't exist within the Romance languages nor in English. So that was something that I understood. But it's just other little things. It's always the little things that trip you up, and then they can add up and they can get really annoying within a sentence. So there's things like that with grammar, which I do try to write sentences online and post them to italki for native speakers to correct. The thing is that I've tried using the same method that I've used since it's been successful in learning Spanish and French and Portuguese to learning Korean. I thought if I start out highly grammar based, which the only difference between the other languages and this one is that I've taken classes in the other languages, and I did take a Korean class for the basics in Korean. However, it's like I only learned Hangul, the alphabet, and then a couple of vocabulary words, how to introduce myself, very, very basic things. I didn't get into grammar that much, and I don't have the opportunity to take another class, at least not for the moment. So I've been trying to study on my own, which is a whole other realm of needing discipline and motivation and everything that, maybe you don't need as much when you're in a class because your grade is your motivation. So, when it comes to studying this on my own and everything, I use the same method of learning lots of grammar, trying to memorize vocabulary, using the apps and flashcards and such that I use, putting sentences together as quickly as possible to start producing the language as quickly as possible, as well as trying to speak with people. But the difference between Korean and the Romance languages are, since they're closer to English in grammar and vocabulary, it's easier to kind of start talking to somebody once you learn some of the basics, whereas with Korean it's completely different. So when I hear someone say something back to me, especially if they're not slowing down for the purpose of, oh, she's not a native speaker, she's just learning, then it's really hard to understand. So I've gotten to the point of being a little bit frustrated because I'm getting impatient. They say that patience is a virtue and that, time is on your side. But time is never on your side when you're an impatient person, and that's something I know I need to work on myself, is the fact that I need to get used to the idea that the language that I'm learning, Korean, is not the same as the Romance languages. It took me a while to start speaking Spanish, and I need to remember that, because it was my first foreign language. Whereas with French and Portuguese, each time I added on a new Romance language, I started learning quicker and quicker and was able to have a conversation in a shorter amount of time because of its connection to the other languages. When people say that getting languages, or when people say that learning languages is easier, it gets easier with each language you learn, they're right, especially if it's in the same language learning family. It also applies to other languages as well, but the thing is, because of the method you use. But the thing is with me, that applying my method isn't exactly working. It was working at first, and I'm able to form basic sentences in Korean, but after learning Korean for a decent amount of time now, I'm still making lots of mistakes and not picking up vocabulary as quickly as I would like to and everything. I know other factors are contributing to that, such as stress, not sleeping enough, busyness from life around me in general. You know, I will never learn Korean as fast as I learned the Romance languages, especially Portuguese, after having already learned Spanish and French. So that's my little rant on this. If you guys have any ideas as of free resources to use for Korean, because I'm kind of on a budget right now, even cheap resources as well. I mean, I'm not completely closed off to the idea of buying something, a book or whatever. It's just I don't want to be pouring hundreds of dollars into a Rosetta Stone, which I've used before, and not get a whole lot out of it. So if you guys have resources, let me know. If you're going through something similar or have gone through something like this, please let me know as well. Let me know how you got out of it. And yeah, let's just all support each other and help each other. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye! Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, remember to press the like button so I can know to make more content like this. Also, remember to leave a comment telling me if you like these kind of videos or if you want me to make other kinds of videos. Also, remember to subscribe so that you can know when my new videos come out. They come out every week. Also, you can check my blog for other content on travel and language learning, and you can check my Twitter for updates.